She didn't rush me, didn't pressure me to be anything other than myself. She loved me in my rawest form, in my moments of doubt, in my times of weakness. She knew that love is not about perfection, but about patience, about standing together, even when the world tries to pull you apart. And so, despite all the questions, all the whispers, all the assumptions that others made, I never doubted my choice. I chose her not because she was older, but because she was wiser, kinder, stronger in the ways that mattered most. She was not just a lover, she was my home, my safe space, the person who made love feel like something I never had to fight for. She gave freely, loved unconditionally, and in doing so, she showed me a kind of love I never knew existed. I have no regrets, no second thoughts, no hesitation when I say she is the best choice I ever made. Love is not about age, not about what others think is right or wrong. Love is about connection, about finding someone who sees you for who you. Because she wasn't searching for someone to complete her, she was already whole. And in her wholeness, she made me feel complete. Not by filling my empty spaces, but by showing me how to embrace them. There was no jealousy in her love, no insecurity, no fear of what might be. She didn't need to compete with the world, didn't seek validation through social media or public displays of affection. Her love was steady, private, and deeply personal. She loved me in the way that mattered most, not in words spoken for the sake of being heard, but in actions that showed her commitment every single day. She remembered the small things, not because she had to, but because she cared. She saw me not just as a lover, but as a person, with dreams, with struggles, with emotions that didn't always make sense. And she never dismissed me, never belittled me, never made me feel anything less than cherished. I had loved before, or at least I thought I had, but with her, I truly understood what love was meant. She loved me in my entirety, my strengths and my flaws, my dreams and my fears. And in doing so, she taught me how to love her in return. I listened more, I learned more, and I loved more deeply than I ever had before. She made love feel effortless, not because it was easy, but because she had mastered the art of choosing love every single day. She didn't hold grudges, didn't play games, didn't test my devotion with unnecessary trials. She simply loved, and in her love, I found the peace I had been searching for my entire life. She had a past, as we all do, but her past didn't scare me. It fascinated me, taught me, made me respect her even more. She had known loss, had seen love fade, had watched people walk away, and yet she still stood with an open heart. She had loved before, but that didn't mean she loved me any less. She understood that love is not about comparison, but about presence. She didn't dwell on what had been or what could have been. She lived in the now, in the moments. Why not someone younger? Why not someone with fewer years, with less history, with a future that stretches further? But love is not measured in years. Love is measured in depth, in kindness, in the way two souls fit together despite what the world expects. She had stories to tell, not fantasies, but truths, experiences woven into the fabric of her being. She carried no illusions about love being perfect, nor did she expect it to be easy. And yet, despite all she had lived, she still believed in love, still looked at me as though I was someone worth choosing. She never tried to change me, never needed me to prove my worth. She saw me, truly saw me. And in that vision, I felt more like myself than I ever had before. Age is a number, but wisdom is a gift, and her presence was the most precious gift I had ever received. She didn't ask for promises I couldn't keep, didn't demand a future written in stone. She understood the nature of life, how it bends and shifts, how love must be nurtured. Why not someone younger? Why not someone with fewer years, with less history, with a future that stretches further? But love is not measured in years. Love is measured in depth, in kindness, in the way two souls fit together despite what the world expects. She had stories to tell, not fantasies, but truths, experiences woven into the fabric of her being. She carried no illusions about love being perfect, nor did she expect it to be easy. And yet, despite all she had lived, she still believed in love, still looked at me as though I was someone worth choosing. She never tried to change me, never needed me to prove my worth. She saw me, truly saw me. And in that vision, I felt more like myself than I ever had before. Age is a number, but wisdom is a gift, and her presence was the most precious gift I had ever received. She didn't ask for promises I couldn't keep, didn't demand a future written in stone. She understood the nature of life, how it bends and shifts, how love must be nurtured. I met her when the world was rushing, when love seemed like a fleeting dream, a firework fading before it truly shined. She stood there, not desperate for attention, not eager for the games that youth often play. There was wisdom in her eyes, a depth that pulled me in, and a calmness that made my restless soul settle. She didn't rush to impress me, she simply existed in a way that demanded respect. I saw in her the kind of love that doesn't burn out, but rather grows like a flame sheltered from the wind. With every conversation, I realized she wasn't just someone to love. She was someone to learn from. Someone whose presence made me feel safe in a world that often felt chaotic. She knew love beyond the infatuation, beyond the surface level excitement. She had seen heartbreak, survived storms, and still chose love every single day. I didn't just want a lover. I wanted a guide, a partner who knew what it meant to stay, to nurture, to cherish without fear of losing herself. People, quests. She has given me more than I ever expected, more than I ever believed I deserved. And in return, my heart, my loyalty, my unwavering devotion, because not just my love, friend, lesson in what it means. Truly love. I would choose her again and again, without a single doubt in my mind. The world may question us, may try to place its limitations on what love should be, but love does not ask for permission. Simply exists, flourishes, thrives, and thrives where two souls meet and recognize something rare. What I found in her. She's not just a chapter in my story, she foundation upon which I am building something beautiful, something lasting. Not because of her years, but because of her heart. Because of the way she made love feel like a sanctuary rather than a battlefield. So